Hey guys, happy Friday. Thanks for stopping by for another episode here at alliseeisW. In today's video, Open Army will be covering latest updates on Opendoor Technologies, ticker Open. So much upside that we're seeing just with this entire week, along with the prior weeks. We're seeing that Open Army is getting bigger, louder and stronger. And what does this mean for the upcoming week as well as through the rest of 2025? What my price prediction is for Open Door Technologies. Is Open Door going to be like the next Carvana stock? In fact, we're hearing about Eric Jackson forecasting that Open Door can eventually get to $500. We're not bullish enough. In fact, there's been a lot of interviews going on. Even Tom Lee was talking about Open Door, where he compared Open Door to Tesla, as a growth company early on. And look at where Tesla is now. So there's so much upside. We have a cult backing from the Open Army on X. A lot of people are talking about Open Door, and the numbers don't lie. When you look at the actual volume options traded on open doors, there's just so much inflows going on right now. But overall, if you're new to this channel, I'm so grateful for that you're here. Let's dive deep, and I would really appreciate you hitting the like, subscribing for more related content. Anthony Pompliano, he posted today in the morning. I personally purchased more open shares this morning. I mean, when the GOAT comes out and talks about open, that he purchased shares, he believes in the use case, and things are going to look very good. Adam, he posted, it has been painful to watch Open Door over the last few years. As one of the original angel investors, Open always had audacious goals for a 100 billion plus company, but it recently lost its way. This is why I support the current efforts of Eric Jackson to reinvigorate the company. And when you look at what Adam posted after, he said, as a result, I have recently purchased 50,000 shares of Open. And if it gets to $10 per share, I will donate 10,000 shares to charity. If it gets to 82 per share, I'll donate an additional 15,000 shares to charity. And he's saying, I am not in general a supporter of meme stocks. Most investors are better served by a low cost, diversified portfolio of low index funds, but I believe in the potential of companies to drive innovation and value, particularly in sectors that need it. Real estate needs Open Door. Marcus posts who believes in open at $50, like and share. So, when you think about it, we're not too far away from $10 and going from $10 to $50. I mean, there's going to be, a closer probability of getting there with respect to time. Stevie O posted, it happened. I am officially at $1 million. Thank you for all the kind words of encouragement along the way. What a wild ride so far. This is only start of something big and beautiful. I believe in Open Door and its potential. Open, we are just getting started on to $82. So congratulations to Stevie O. Finally made it to the 1 million marker just with conviction on Open Door on the Time Magazine Open Door Millionaire. Salmo posts, someone just bought 76,000 worth of open October calls that are 75% out the money. There's a bullish, whale out there that really believes in the use case and may very well have a huge upside as Open Door gets to, double digit share price range. The Wise Ape Man posts, Open deserves to be a $35 stock today. Let's send it to its rightful place, fam. So, I think there's just going to be more and more investor interest, and there's going to be more money being inflowed. We're still early and things are going to look very bullish for Open Door. Open Door Company posted just weeks after launching, the first Cash Plus listing has been resold and the original seller is getting their upside check. This is the beginning. Cash Plus is available in select markets. Offer price and eligibility vary. So definitely a huge milestone for Open Door. First home resold with Cash Plus. Let's take a look at technical analysis for Open Door Technology. So what we're looking at now, I previously had lines are at around much lower price, in between $6 and $5. And where are we now? My use case changes, right? I mean, I've been posting about saying how Open Door is going to get to double digits come, mid-September. where are we right now? Early September. Come next week or the week after, I think that the next stair step, we're going to start retesting. We're going to get to, new levels, getting into that, that $10 to $12 range. I really do think that's where we're going to have some resistance and it'll start consolidating, correcting at around this range before it consolidates for the next leg up. So much upside right now. We have, bullish momentum, buy signal, taking advantage of that, but it will continue to keep just ramping up. So come next week, the week after, I'm forecasting we're going to land somewhere around that $10 to $12 before we start seeing some consolidation at around this range.
Hey guys, it's day 17. Guess what? Back here, Drake's house in the six. Great to be here. Great to be wearing the repping OVO here too. Want to show you guys something. Okay, day 17. I got my whiteboard. I didn't bring it to California. It's too big. Okay. What's interesting is that things are blowing up since my day 16 video with Keith yesterday and Opendoor stock. It was up like 20% yesterday. It's up another 15% today. And I want to make an appeal to Future because Future is Drake's business manager. And so I was here Friday night with my son and we met Bucky, who's the head of security for Drake. And Bucky said, you got to talk to Future because Future's really the guy who's important. And what's important is since I saw Bucky, Opendoor stock is up 57%, something like that in 5 days. And since I started all of these videos, it is up. It was $3.21, I think, on day one when I recorded the first video. And today it's looking like it's going to push $7. So Drake and Future, I just want to appeal to you. It is really important that we get you guys to understand what open is. I understand Drake made like a $350,000 bet last week about Sinner winning the US Open. 350,000. What if he had just put that in Opendoor instead? There's like tremendous wealth here. Drake is obviously worth a lot of money. We all love Drake. He could be worth a lot more if we are correct that Opendoor is just at the beginning of a 100x run. So, Future, please DM me. I want to talk.
So there you heard it from Eric Jackson, 100x run potential with Opendoor Technologies. Put it in the comments how high you think Opendoor is going to be going, what your prediction is, and are you part of the Open Army team? Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you on the next one.